So this video is actually going to be a really fun video to make just because it's something I've been wanting to do for so long to the G35. It's something that was on the bucket list for my other G35 that I had previously. I didn't modify it at all, but I just had it and I wanted to do it to that one. So when I got this G35, I ended up saying that I was going to modify it and actually put all the parts that I wanted to put on the G35. So that brings us to today, finally installing the test pipes. Really excited, really nervous to see how difficult it's going to be because I already know it's going to be a drag. Hopefully it's an easy process and I'm not going to be cursing at the world, but let me show you guys the test pipes that I ended up getting. So these are the test pipes that I'm going to be installing on the G35. They are resonated test pipes, which is something that I wanted to install on the G35. I didn't want to go ahead and do just a regular test pipe just because I know there's a lot of rasp and I'm trying to minimize as much as I can. So these test pipes are actually from maxspeedingrods.com. They are today's video sponsor. They went ahead and sent these out for me to go ahead and try out on the G35. Thank you so much to Max Speeding Rods for helping out with the build. Now, aside from the test pipes, I went ahead and got a couple tools. I'm not entirely sure on what I'll need, so I just went overboard and I bought a couple extra things just in case. But one thing you will need for sure is an O2 socket if you don't already have one, or you can use a 22mm wrench, whichever one you have or whichever one you want to buy. Not only that, I also ended up buying a exhaust system sealant just because I don't want to have any exhaust leak, especially since it's going to be by the headers. I don't want to go ahead and take everything off again. That would just be annoying. So I went ahead and got some sealant, and it's good for 1800 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's plenty enough for the exhaust system. And then this is an O2 extender, so this will help out with not getting a check engine light when you install the test pipes. It's really common to happen once you go ahead and install test pipes on your G35 or 350Z for the check engine light to turn on. So this is one of those must-haves if you want to go ahead and drive the car and not have that annoying check engine light on. So since I do live in California, it should be a little bit easier to take off the bolts in comparison to somewhere where there's a lot of rust. But with a name like the Demon Bolt on one of the bolts on the catalytic converters, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a great time. By the way, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and check these test pipes out, there will be a link in the description down below. And I also do have a discount code for Max Speeding Rod's website, and it is code JOE at checkout. You'll go ahead and get 5% off of your whole order. By you guys using the discount code, it does really help out the channel a lot with being able to do more videos like these. So thank you so much for the support that we've been getting on the channel. Like I said in last week's video, I am trying to get 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, and let's get started with the install. So first thing we got to do is actually go ahead and rev the car how it is right now so you guys get a really fair comparison of how it sounds before and after. So my exhaust setup has two modes, which is the quiet mode and then also the loud mode. So in the quiet mode, I basically just have a resonator delete, and in the loud mode on my cutouts, I actually have it just fully straight piped with no muffler and no resonator. So I technically have two exhaust setups, so I'm gonna go ahead and rev it on the quiet mode and also the loud mode so you guys can get it before, and then we'll go ahead and do it at the end of the video with the after. Yes! Yes! I actually have great news. I ended up being able to take off the Demon Bolt from the top on the driver's side, and I didn't need to remove my intake. And then I also got two bolts on the passenger side, so I only need one on the cat side. It's going to be really easy for me to take these bolts off. So these are the extensions I ended up using. So I ended up using like 3 extensions that are 6 inches long, and then this is like a 3-inch. So coming from the top is going to be really easy. If you don't have rust, you can go ahead and just use an impact or use a breaker bar. I ended up using an impact. They came out really quick. It wasn't a struggle at all. I took off the bottom bolt on the driver's side, so I ended up using this mountain wrench, which basically has a ratcheting wrench that has a swivel joint as well. So now the only one left is the top one, which is no issue as well. Just use like a wobble extension with a 14. So now the only ones we need to take off is that nut right there, and then on the other side as well, we need to take off the same nut. But other than that, basically done with taking off the bolts, and I thought it was going to be a huge nightmare, but it turned out to be really easy. Like I said, I used a mountain wrench, and it has that that little flex head right there, and it's also ratcheting, so it helps out a ton. I was gonna be cursing 50 different things in 50 different languages if I couldn't take these off, but super happy that I could take these off. It's a boy! Oh my god, this is heavy. I ended up removing both of the cats, and here we have one of them, and I was looking inside and I noticed that it's in really good condition, so I'm probably gonna end up keeping these cats. Just for good measure, I'm gonna end up keeping this just to have them around, just in case. Whether they go up in value in the future, who knows, but I'm probably gonna end up keeping these. Going with these test pipes, they're way lighter. They're like half the weight, so definitely saving some weight from last week's video where I was adding weight. It's nice to be able to be finally taking off weight on the car. So yeah, I'm gonna be installing the extenders, and I'll be able to install the O2 sensors, and then from there, honestly, it's really easy to install these because it has all new hardware. So far, it's been really easy, and I'm really happy about that because I thought it was gonna be one of those jobs where you're just gonna be at it all night. The mountain wrench helped out a lot, and then also having extensions obviously helps out. Using an impact really helps out with, you know, not having to force things off. So I got everything off really quick with an impact, but obviously you can still do it with a breaker bar. It's gonna be a lot more effort than using an impact. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and take off the stud that is on the headers. So it's actually really easy to remove. All you need is an E-torque size 10, and you can go ahead and use a ratchet, break it off, and then you'll be good to go to take it off. Alright guys, so I finished installing one test pipe. So I have all the bolts up top already torqued down, and I also have the bolts here torqued down. So I was able to tighten it with the mountain wrench and then just have the wrench on the other side holding it so it wouldn't spin with it. So I did that for those 3 bolts, and then I ended up using the same method, using a mountain wrench and then using a wrench on this side and then doing that as well. One thing to note though, you do want to use the lock washers on the nuts. You don't want them backing out. That's something that I've seen with a lot of test pipe installs where the test pipes end up backing out from the nuts. The last thing you want is for it to start backing out, so definitely a must-have if you're going to be installing test pipes. Alright guys, so we ended up finishing the test pipes. Both of them are installed. I always feel like something's missing, but I always triple check everything. So everything should be good. We should be ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on the car now. I am nervous to see how loud it is now. So I am gonna turn it on in quiet mode. So I wanna see how that's gonna sound. And I'll give a couple revs and obviously do it into the loud mode and do a couple revs as well. My loud mode is basically gonna be now test pipes. It's gonna be no resonator, and then it's gonna skip the stock muffler. So it's basically literally a straight pipe at this point. The only thing that's going to make it sound a little bit better is that it has resonators on the test pipes themselves. So I'm hoping it sounds nice when it's quiet, and obviously when it's loud, it's just me trying to, you know, wake up everybody in the neighborhood. So let's go ahead and turn on the car. I feel like I'm gonna be finally a trumpet boy. Oh my, I'm nervous. Actually smells pretty strong.
I didn't know you knew how to play instruments, bro.
I learned how to play the trumpet today.
Yo, I'm getting smoked out over here.
Ready?
That tone difference. Alright, go for it.
driving portion, and we ended up going to get some gas. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drive the car and let you guys know how it sounds like inside as well. One of the things with the resonated test pipes was I wanted to make sure that the sound was good and that it also wasn't drony inside. And honestly, so far it sounds exactly the same as it did with Cats in the inside. There's no additional like MVH in it, so that's really good. Definitely dailyable. If you have stock exhaust and you do this, that'd be really nice. Then with the flip of a switch, it goes extremely loud, and we're gonna go ahead and flip it right now. It's a massive difference. So oh shoot, you hear those little pops?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, that's like that's obnoxious. There's no reason why your car should be this loud, and yet I have it this loud. The fact that I have the cutouts makes it even better, but even if I didn't have the cutouts, like it sounds fine, you know? Oh yeah, and it also smells like crap when you're at like a red light, just with all the fumes. For the people behind you, it's horrible. I've been behind G35s with test pipes. It's not a fun time. There you guys have it. That was the test pipe install on the G35, and I honestly really like how it came out. Thankfully, the install wasn't too hard, so I was able to go ahead and tackle the install on the G35. I was really hoping that the nuts were going to be easy to take off, and they were. Again, thank you so much to Max Speeding Rods for sponsoring this video and helping out with the build. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the test pipes for the G35, the link will be down in the description, and also use code Joe for 5% off of your whole order. Like I said earlier in the video, this does help out the channel, so thank you so much for you guys supporting. So with that being said, a tune will definitely be in the future for the G35. I'm definitely looking into getting one. I've been looking into the little debate of who's the best tuner for BQs. It's definitely some interesting stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.